What's going on, peoples? It's Leonel Del Rey here. I'm chilling, and I kind of wanted to do like the I guess I don't want to say do's, but like the don'ts of like cold approaching. I know this is like pretty, I guess, what do they call it? Controversial topic. Some people say, real men don't approach. Some people say that you have to cold approach. Yada yada yada. I guess I do tend to do more of a warm approach. I used to cold approaches when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I don't know, reserve your energy, uh, be more efficient, sort of thing. So I tend to just go with, a girl that shows me some sort of interest, eye contact, etc. But anyway, getting back to the original topic, the original point of this video is, I saw something which was a cardinal sin last night. Well, at least in the age of, 2022. So I'm at a bar, I'm chilling. I had met these dudes or whatever that were there, and they were pretty cool. We're all talking, whatever, and there's some some girls next to us. They're all right, like fives, sixes, whatever, you know, not bad. So I go to the bathroom and I have to pass by them to get back to my seat. Like after I'm done with the bathroom, pass by them to get back to my seat. And I thought I'd be funny because they ordered like this pizza because like they sell like these really flat pizzas at this bar or whatever. And I went between them, like the one was sitting over the other one was sitting over there, and then there was a friend. I guess she must have went to the bathroom, and I acted like I was gonna take a slice of pizza. So they both look at me, and which is what I wanted. I wanted the attention, and then I go over to her, so the girl that was sitting closest to my seat, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. You know what I mean? And she looks at me and she goes, "That's because I didn't give it to you." Like it's not just like what she said, right? She could have said playfully, right? Oh, that's because I didn't give it to you. Whatever, whatever. She said it like mean, like get away from me sort of situation, which is fine. That's completely her right, right? But it was kind of like bitchy the way she said it. All right, no problem. So I go back to my seat and I go, I go to the guys that I'm chilling with. I'm like, yo, this girl's a cold fish. I'm trying to say like, just leave him alone, whatever. So then he the other guy goes, the other one of the other guys goes like, oh no, I like a challenge or something like that, right? And he ends up like annoying them, like keep trying to like interrupt their conversation, like girls, 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 and they're completely like ignoring him. I'm like, bro, like, like guys, like really, 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 if she says no, just leave her alone, and not even just for her sake, but for your sake. You know what I mean? Like it's like one, it's 2022, so people are always going about sexual harassment, etc., etc. Two, because of that climate, people are much more sensitive to that stuff. So you get yelled at by a bartender or taken out by security if you persist too much on a girl. Like when I was growing up, that was normal, right? Like she's like, "Oh, I got a man. What your man got to do with me?" You know what I mean? Like you pursuing was normal, right? When I was growing up, I'm in my 30s now. You know what I mean? So, late 30s. So like it was a different era then. But now, in today's age, and I'm in New York City, so super, liberal capital, other than fucking California. In today's age, I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that you can't. If she's being playful, whatever, I'm not saying you can't play back, whatever. But if she's giving you a stern like no and like ignoring you when you're trying to call her, just leave it alone, bro. Like it's not worth it. 90% of the time, you're not gonna fucking get the panties anyway, and it's just waste of your time. But not only that, your dignity. You know what I mean? Like if somebody doesn't want to be around you, then let it rock. There's no girl in the world that's worth you putting your dignity up and feeling, embarrassed for. That's absolutely insane. If she doesn't mess with you, just leave her alone. I mean, just leave her alone. It's cool, man. I mean, just go on to the next girl. And you'll find a lot of times the mean responses come like from like the fives and sixes. So you're there at the bar getting cussed out, which by the way ended up happening. So the other guy that was with us tried to buy the girls shots, right? And they were like, "Oh, that's nice, whatever, but I don't really want them, whatever," something like that. Oh no, that was the other guy. No, what happened was they bought them shots and they accepted it, but didn't talk to the guys after they accepted the shots. So then he was like, "Well," he goes to the girl. "Well, at least you should have said thank you." But the girl starts fucking getting on him. The bartender comes in and she starts cussing the dude out. "You can't tell girls. Girls don't owe you anything. yada yada yada. Going back to my first point about this whole like sexual harassment shit, how sensitive it is, and it was a female bartender, and that was one of her friends, so she let the guy have it. But the moral of the story is this: look, for everybody's sake, if she doesn't fuck with you, just leave her alone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it. If she doesn't mess with you, just leave her alone. Just go on to the next girl. It's fine. There are five and sixes everywhere. There are fives and sixes everywhere. Like I said, it's usually the fives and sixes that are going to give you the most problems in the sense that, like, they're the ones, like, they get hit on a lot because guys think that they're doable. Like, it's like they're cute, but not, like, intimidating. So a lot of guys are going to go up to them and talk to them. So those are the girls that get hit on a lot, actually. Probably more than, I don't know if I want to say more than, but up there with the hot girls, right? But the hot girls, like, more people just, like, stare at them or just do nice things for them out of nowhere, as opposed to actually generally go up and talk to them like, yo, you're hot, blah, blah, blah. Most guys aren't going to do that with hot girls. They're just going to sort of wait in the wings and just, hope that, and then they'll try to get their chance when if he's like, nice to them, then they try to, like, they're like, oh my God, this is my chance sort of thing. But they're not going to really just go on to like a 8, 9, or a 10 straight up because they're afraid of getting rejected, right? So these fives and sixes think that they're hotter than they really are. First of all, a lot of men are simps, bro. They'll hit anything that walks. So freaking, they're gonna shout these girls with attention. They probably have like a OnlyFans page or a Instagram page where they're getting a lot of 200-300 likes on a photo, and they're fives and sixes. You know what I'm saying? So these women are kind of coming from a place of like empowerment to a certain degree, like not in the woke sense, but literally like you are empowering them with your attention. So I say they're fives and sixes, man. Give them a chance to get to know you, to have a good time, have a good night. If they don't want to take that opportunity, that's fine. You chill with your boys, your people, whatever, yada yada. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, the whole point of you know do not keep pursuing if she gives you a clear sign of no. Don't. It's no. It's not a challenge. And if it is a challenge, it's not worth the challenge most of the time, right? Because she's probably not more interesting than the girl right next to her, or on the other side of the bar who would give you conversation. You know what I mean? So just let it rock, man. It's not worth it. And then I've found that because what happened was I literally just turned my back to him. I started talking to my boys. The girl kept looking over at me. Now, does that mean she was interested? No, I don't think so. But I'm not going back in to find out if she was, for number one. And two, it's like she's like, oh wow, he just didn't try to keep pestering me. That's weird. You know what I mean? So it's like, know your worth, Kings. Know your worth. But if you are gonna cold approach, here's some tips that I use when I cold approach. I mean, like, it's really more of like a vibe, man. You just gotta be comfortable. If you go out and you're feeling comfortable, you're looking right, you're smelling right, you feel comfortable in your own skin. Freaking, I don't think you should have really a problem cold approaching because really it's all about the vibes and being comfortable. Like when I come home with like a first night late from the bar, usually it's the time where I'm just going out to have like a good night, right? So like the other day I came back with something and I went to a bar that I liked, sat down, had the special, the beer and the shot special, which is kind of how I start my cold approach actually. I know you're not supposed to they say you're not supposed to use alcohol, be alcohol dependent. I've been cold approaching for forever, so like I'll cold approach girls at the gym, no problem. So I know that I don't necessarily need that as a crutch, but at the same time, I mean, let's face it, bro. Alcohol lowers inhibitions and gives you a little bit of more courage. It just, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Just greases the wheel. So I get a beer and a shot. I chill out and I scope out the scene. I see who's with who. Um, is there a bachelor party over there? Freaking, is this guy retiring? Like, you know what I mean? Like, does the bartender know her or him or whoever? So it's like, I just kind of scope out the scene and see what's going on. And that, in my opinion, avoids a lot of just rejection and just needless sort of like sets. You know what I mean? Like you're going to a set and then her boyfriend's over there because you didn't notice it. It's like, all right, that's kind of useless, right? So it's like I just kind of see who's with who, whatever. So yeah, the and my pickup line, I don't really have a pickup line. I just start conversation. People say I'm a good conversationalist, so I just literally, and I like to sit by the bar as well. I sit by the bar because people are constantly going in and out of the bar. So if you find a girl that you like and she comes to the bar, You could just be like, "Hey, how's your night going?" Just look, you're right here. You just go, "Hey, how's your night going?" That's it. And then she'll talk to you back, or blah blah. Oh, I'm with my girls, blah blah blah, blah yada yada. And I met a lot of girls just sitting by the bar. And a lot of times too, if a girl's checking you out, you'll notice it because instead of like if she has different areas of the bar to go and she comes right next to you to go to the bar, I mean that's a decent indication that she's interested or she at least wants you to talk to her to see if there's something there. So I mean, there's really not much to cold approaching. I would say just feel comfortable. Try to actually have a conversation with the girl. Sometimes I found in my past that I've been pushing too hard, like trying to make things sexual or blah blah blah. I would say go in slow, in the sense that it's like sex, right? You don't just go and you start fucking ramming in there. Well, some guys do, but I mean, I've been guilty of that. But what I'm trying to say is, in general, like you start off slow and then eventually you get up to where you're trying to go. So same thing with these girls, man. I would say for cold approach, simple. You know what I mean? If it's a group set, you kind of do have to be a bit more interesting. So like if it's like three girls, you got to be like find something that somebody's wearing, but like, oh, it's 80s night, huh? And she's like, what? It's 80s night, huh? Why would you say that? Oh, because you're wearing a bandana. Oh, well, right, right. So you know what I mean? Like it depends on the situation, but in general, like if she's coming to the bar, you could literally just say what's up, whatever, and talk to her. And I try to stay away from buying girls drinks. I'm not like it's not a cardinal sin for me, but I found that like most of the times when I get laid, I don't even need to buy them a drink. Honestly, like just conversation, man. And I'm in New York City, so a lot of girls pay for their own shit. Really, you know what I mean? Like it's not really. I mean, I guess if you go to a younger crowd, they do wanna you to pay for their drink because they're younger, they have less money. But if you're growing out in Astoria or a different place like that in New York, then it's like a lot of these girls have their own money. Like I'm not gonna say they're gonna say no to a drink, but it's not pertinent. Anyway, so I would say stay clear of buying them drinks. Um, and what else would I say? Be cool, calm. Talk to them. You know what I mean? Be a good conversationalist. And then if you can dance, that actually helps a lot because that breaks the touch barrier, and it just gets things flowing. Sometimes things become a bit heady, a bit like in your head, and you kind of want to be in your body, right? Because that's when the sex is gonna happen. Sex is not gonna happen in your head, even though for women, sex is largely mental. But anyway, but to get her in the mood, you really want to establish like physical touch, and that starts with flirtation. So be flirty, be fun, but I would say start off with it as a conversation, and then sort of pepper into like you know yeah, then sort of pepper in like the sexual innuendos and things like that, and see how she responds to that. So yeah, man. So yeah, going back to my original story though, is just I literally went to the bar. I I was chilling, enjoying myself, whatever, and then I just felt like taking a walk. So I left the bar and I just walked up and down the street to see, what was going on. Like, what are the hot spots? What's popping tonight? Where are the girls at? Whatever, whatever. And I just took a walk around the street, and I came back to the exactly where I was before, and I went to the bar across the street, a bar that I usually don't go to, but because I usually don't go to because my boy that I used to hang out with never liked it. It was too collegey for him, he said. So he wasn't around. It was good. It was semi lit, but it wasn't crazy. So I went in there and I was friendly to the bar staff. By the way, that's a really good way to get into the mood is just start talking to the people around you, like not necessarily anything sexual, just literally you see a beautiful girl, like, hey, what's up? How's your night going? Blah blah. Oh yeah, how's it going tonight? Is it busy? Blah blah. Yada yada. Or yesterday I met some dudes from a dude from Seattle, and then I went out by myself and I started talking to a dude from Seattle, and we had a great time. I was buying him shots, blah blah. So it's like just be in a good, friendly mood, and that helps out a lot, especially if you're going out by yourself. I go out by myself a lot. I'm in my late 30s. A lot of my friends are married and things like that. So it's like for me, I'm still living this life. So I still like to have a good time. So you know, but anyway, so what I'm saying is, oh yeah. So then what happened was I ended up I bought a drink. I bought a drink and a shot, the special. That's my thing. And then I freaking went and I saw these two girls chilling, these girls dancing, and I was like, all right, let me just let me stay around them, see what's going on. I chilled out, peeped the scene. The one girl had a boyfriend, but the other girl looked like she was single. One girl went to the bathroom, and I went up to the girl, and I was like, "The song that you were dancing to," I'm like, "Is that from your era?" Because I wanted to see if she was my age, that um, or is that like something, or did you just hear, or did you just grow up, like hear about it like through Spotify or whatever? And she's like, "No, no, I know about that song." And we started talking and vibing, and we had like the same thoughts on things in regards to politics and stuff like that. Don't talk politics, by the way, but I don't know, it just kind of happened. Anyway, the girl with the boyfriend actually came back, and we were all talking, and they thought I was cool, so they invited me back to their place. So I went to their place, had a drink, whatever. They went to bed eventually, and they were like, "You can stay here as long as you want." The girl's like, "I usually go home." I'm like, "All right, cool." She's like, "I could take an Uber." I'm like, "No, no, I can drop you. You know what I mean? No problem at all. I drank, but I stopped drinking after a while, so I was good. I wasn't too bad. And then I dropped her off, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go find parking." She's like, "Cool," you know. And then went upstairs, and the rest is history. So what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to like cold approaching and stuff like that, there's just too much fish in the sea. Do not spend your time trying to get this one person. I mean, you could do that. I'm not saying it's impossible to work, but I'm gonna say 90% of the times it's probably not gonna work. Especially in this day and age, man. Like, it's just a lot of women like to reject men for attention, and you don't want to give them that attention. So just you know let it rock, and just move on to the next man. Just if you're not having a good night, that's a bad sign, right? Like, if you're with this girl and you're just trying so hard to get laid that you're not even having a good time, that's not good. I'm not saying that the whole process is gonna be exhilarating, but you're a person too, bro. You gotta respect yourself as well. So don't do shit like that. Just it's just not a good look, and it can get you yelled at. It's just not worth it in this day and age. So anyway, that's my video. Way 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 too long, but yeah, that was my video. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.